Hi, Charlotte. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You fine, thank you. Nice to meet you. Tell me, what do you most admire about Catalina?
I guess it's really her strength when she's broken. I think I'm always in awe of kind of like badass, strong, powerful women in general. But with Catalina and specifically, what I find really inspiring about her is that she's not prepared. She's completely prepared to break, and she's completely prepared to feel all of that darkness and to be crumpled on the floor. And yet because she has that fire in her belly and that knowledge that she'll carry on fighting. And I think it's a really powerful thing for someone to not be afraid to feel a lot of things. She's never really afraid, Catherine. She always knows that she will carry on fighting, however hard things get and however much she struggles with it. She doesn't give up, and that I find really inspiring. Yeah. I mean, we hoped. I knew when I auditioned for the first season that they hoped that there would be 2 seasons. So when I was finishing that first season, I was so overwhelmed because it had been such a big deal to me. But I was always kind of hopeful that we get to come back and do it. So yeah, we didn't actually find out until the show had aired, basically. But there was always in the back of my mind that don't be too sad because maybe we're going to get to do it again. But then when the second season ended and then I really knew it was the end, that was really heartbreaking. Well, I spoke Spanish from before. I studied French and Spanish at uni, and I had lived in Sevilla. So I spoke some Spanish. And actually, when I was auditioning, I did some scenes in full Spanish to try and convince them to give me the job. But then I got so lucky on this job because I had some amazing Spanish actors alongside me, like Alicia Borrachero in the first season, who's completely incredible, and she was just also so generous. I remember her coming in the beginning of in the first season, and she was just literally like, how can I help you? Let me sit with you. Let me talk to you about what we know about Catalina from the Spanish perspective. And we spoke in Spanish, and she helped me with a lot of my accent. And she was just such a gift in that sense. And actually I really love speaking languages. So it was I'm so grateful that I got a chance to do this character in Spanish, because I think when I graduated from uni and I knew that I could speak French and Spanish pretty much fluently, and I thought probably that I maybe get a chance to play a French role, but I didn't realize that I get a chance to play a Spanish role. And it is that thing of, when you graduate from uni, and I was I'm an actress. And so I was well, I'm never going to use my degree. What was the point of that? And then 8 years down the line, suddenly my agent's oh, here's your chance to use what you studied. It was incredibly gratifying, mainly for my mother, because she was oh, I'd always wanted me to go to university, and now she had reason that it was worthwhile. Well, I mean, all those battle scenes I completely loved. Because I felt so strong and powerful, and I just had spent a lot of time crying, so it was a real release just to get to be fire and power. So those probably were my favorites, also because we filmed them on my birthday, so it was really fun. Were probably some of my favorites in the show. There's a scene right at the end where we say goodbye, and it was Steph's last scene to film, and it just felt so real because it really was Steph and I had been on that journey together from the beginning, and it was such a big important part of our lives that to get to say goodbye as characters and also say goodbye as people felt just it was really special. And also they scheduled it really well, that we had a lot of those big goodbye scenes in the last week, so that meant that it felt really timely. Sometimes when you're doing a goodbye scene, but you've got 7 more scenes with that person, you lose some of the realness of it. And like getting to like, I remember just being like, I love you so much and I'm so happy for you. And like saying it really honestly to Steph was really special. Adios.